Oh, Lord. Okay, I don't even know if I'm on. If you can hear me, that's great. Welcome. I'm sorry about the first minute here. I haven't done a live recording in a long time. I'm reading the bottom of the screen, so bear with me and we'll get into what I want to talk about. Um, okay, remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. That's fair enough. Okay, yeah. So, anyways, without further ado, I couldn't get my screen rotation fixed. So this is what I got: is the actual vertical video. I suppose it'll be just fine, and we'll get things situated. So I live in Florida. My name's Glenn. I go by GlennBob, which I thought was originally would be a kind of a funny or interesting little take on the that show way back, the Waltons, from years ago. There was a show called The Waltons, and there was someone named Jim Bob on The Waltons, so that's where I got Glenn Bob from, kind of like a moniker. So bear with me while I get situated here, guys. I have a YouTube channel that I've worked on probably for a couple of years now, and I originally did it just out of interest and curiosity because I had thought about it for a long time, years and years. And what I did is wanted to create a video, just kind of like a content creation, but didn't know how to do it. So I started doing the vertical video, the shorts on YouTube. I mean, of different things that I'm interested in. So what happened is basically I started doing YouTube shorts about anything, birds. I live in Florida, so would do them about manatees or fishing or all kinds of things. And as I got more into this, I realized that YouTube's a great outlet. It's a great creative outlet. And my personal opinion is that, I'm a Christian, I'm a believer, and that's my faith. Try not to shove it down people's throats, so forgive me. But what I find interesting is that I believe that we're created in part by a being, a God that is a creator, and that's part of our nature, is because he's a creator. We have that in our fiber. So, and I think that's why personally sometimes we get joy or relaxation out of creating things. So that's probably further than I wanted to go on this topic about creating, for that reason. But that's why originally I did it. It was just for relaxation and curiosity and interest. I believe in YouTube as far as being a good outlet. Some people can make a living from it. I don't know if I'll ever do that. That would be exciting, wouldn't it? If so many people could make a living from YouTube, but that's not the reality of what we live in. So anyways, once again, my name's Glenn. I'm in Florida, and it is, let's see, almost 5 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. So I see a lot of people joining me. I think maybe some of you guys might be from Europe, or let me see. I got to see, is anyone saying I don't have sound? Hey guys, I see the collector's guide on here. And Logan, I see you. Oh, we got all kinds of visitors. Hey Logan, thanks. Jesus loves you too. I love it. I love it. Jonathan, hi. And Bill. Thanks for joining us, Bill. Catch a fish. I love catching fish, Bill. And I gotta tell you what, part of what I'm going to do with my content is fishing. Of course, I live in Florida. I assume some of the people that are watching right now, of course, are from all over the world, some from the US. I'm curious, why are some of you guys up so early like I am on a Saturday morning? Or are you in Europe? Where are you guys at? Show me where you're at. Okay, let's see. Slow speed, slow. It's 2 in the morning for you. So I'm guessing you're on the west coast of the US. Slow speed. Louisiana. I love Louisiana. I was there for a few weeks working a couple of years ago. New Orleans. And I got to tell you, let's get on a tangent about New Orleans. What a great town. But what I felt like with New Orleans is it is both feral and fantastic at the same time. And I also felt like everything Vegas learned, they learned from New Orleans, because New Orleans had been doing everything Vegas does for about 200 years, which everything New Orleans learned, they learned from France or Paris, which had been doing the things they did for hundreds of years. So that's all I'm going to go off on that content. Hi, I've got Ina Dat Fox. Good to see you. A cow licked my wall. Logan, you got to watch out for those wall-licking cows. Thanks for joining us on here. Hi, sweet friend in Los Angeles, California. Hey, cool cat. Good to see you. Well, thanks for joining me. So I'm going to try to be focused, but it's, like I said, 5 a.m. and doing the best I can here, friends. The Seattle hat. This is not an advertisement for Seattle. This is because I got bedhead and simply wanted to put a hat on so I didn't scare you guys. My son, who is in his late 20s, went to Seattle with a few friends, and he brought, like a good son would, he brought back a hat, a Seattle hat. So anyways, YouTube creator. I like to call myself a value creator, and I hope to over time create better content. The nature of my YouTube channel is I was married over 30 years and we did divorce. And I wanted to simply say with that, it's one of the hardest things I ever went through is a divorce. Not easy, very raw process, but I did get through it. The first few months were horrible. The first year was not that great. And what I wanted to do is kind of help guys who were in a rough spot. I was in a divorce care group in a local church, and I met some guys who just were in, there were women in the group too, but really resonated with the guys because we have unique challenges. And with of course divorce, and not every guy bounces back too well, and there's differences between bouncing back and leveling up and finding your true self and getting back to kind of a good vibe. So I was fortunate enough to have the right mixture of activities and friends, family, work, my faith in God, and a lot of things that just came together. I worked it hard, but I wanted to share my experience with that and how I came back. By the grace of God, I came back and was able to kind of keep my wits, keep my faith, find a partner who is amazing and I love very much in pretty short order. And I think being 57 soon adds a unique challenge. So that's the nature of my my YouTube value creation here. So if some of you are women, some of you are young folks, or some of you are happily married, you may or may not resonate with any of this, and I appreciate you hanging on through my blathering at 5 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. But the point is I think it's important to try to help other people. Not a counselor, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer or a therapist or anything like that, but I did want to share my experiences and see if I could help people learn from that and just kind of level up and better their lives. going forward, I did get linked up with something called, oh God, what is it called now? I just paid money for the group. Oh, it's Ranking Academy, Video Ranking Academy. They're out of Las Vegas. I watch a lot of the Think Media videos, which helps YouTube creators. And so I went ahead and joined because I've been watching those videos for over a year, and I wanted to kind of level up my game with this here value creation. Why am I on at such an early time? Like I said at the start of this video, wasn't sleeping. Well, I was sleeping great, but after about 4.5 hours sleep, woke right up. Any of you guys wear a CPAP mask? I wear a CPAP because of sleep apnea. It keeps me from not kind of like sleep apnea can mess with you over the years, mess with your health. Let me see what some of this here comments are saying here, guys. Catch up. 2 in the morning, Louisiana. All right. Let's see. Excuse me, guys. So the blank yellow, hello, thanks for joining us. Sleep lightly, for when the ninth bell of Kortavec sounds, your voice will be folded into the wings of moths. Okay. So the blank yellow might be from Sweden. I don't know. And Logan, hello again. Anyways, I'm so glad you guys are with me. It's very cool. Back to what I was talking about. The value creation. What I wanted to do is just create better videos. So that's why I joined Video Ranking Academy. The sleep apnea is a serious issue, medical issue. And so my mask was kind of buzzing this morning. So I woke up from that and I simply couldn't get back to sleep. I don't believe in laying in bed for 3 hours trying to sleep, even though I do it sometimes when I have kind of insomnia. So I just kind of moved on from that and decided to come upstairs and create a little bit. Here in Florida, there's a pretty good thunderstorm off the coast of where I'm at. So that was kind of cool to watch out the window here. Wish I could show you. Maybe I'll figure that technology out soon. What's going on is I have some job change going on. So maybe that played a little bit into why I'm awake. Who knows? So I'm changing with the organization I work with. I'm changing where I work. So I'm going to have a new manager, new coworkers, and new job tasks. I'm excited. Of course, a little nervous. Who wouldn't be? And, you got to make a living. The next thing I was going to bring up is at 57, I'm a little overweight, losing weight, getting in shape and everything like that. But at 57, I decided to go ahead and sign up for a mid-December Spartan race. So this is interesting because I'm not in like stellar shape. I work out, walk a lot, and that was part of my bounce back after becoming single was just so much walking, just hundreds of miles of walking a month. And so anyways, I'm in shape, but not in great shape to do a Spartan race. So what is it? Maybe 4 months until December. So I have time to train for the 10K Spartan race. But I'm a little nervous about it because they're not cheap to sign up for these things. And I want to do well. So what I thought about is getting like on Facebook or something like that and getting people to join me, see if I could get a team from this area. Because it might be funner as a team, but it's a 10K Spartan race. And pretty excited about that. That's a goal that I thought about and never really took myself seriously to do it. I just lost my light because I didn't charge it up, so that's why the lighting changed. And I'm sorry, it looks like I'm in a 1970s film here, guys. I'm going to check the comments here down below. All right, Swedish folklore. All right, so anyways, the Spartan race, pretty excited about that. Have any of you guys done something like that? I've done 5Ks for on and off over the years, and you got to be in shape to run any amount of distance or else you can get injured. So what I was going to do is there's an app called Couch to 5K. Yep, it's called Couch to 5K. And the Couch to 5K app helps you to train over several weeks into running a 5K. And the concept of the app, and there's several apps that are like it, is that you build up to the run so you don't injure yourself. And so I got to look at some stuff. I had seen some, like a Runner's World article years ago about stretching, and it said that you don't have to stretch before jogging and stuff like that. So I got to kind of do some research and find out what the latest is on these things, whether you got to do that, or if you're prone to injury if you don't stretch. We have a new visitor here, guys. M Atlanta. Hey, M Atlanta, welcome. Thanks for joining. So you're up early too. I'm sorry that you're not sleeping either, or maybe you're at work making huge money, and if so, go get it, M Atlanta. So back to it, and I do apologize for the so's and the ums and the It is what it is. I'm getting better at this video creation, content value creation, but sometimes it's a little bit fun and challenging to get on live, especially, and force yourself to slow down and not say so many ums and ahs and kind of deer in the headlights look. Well, what else is going on? We're in the heat of summer here in Florida, and it's just brutal. Every day is about 94 degrees, and it's about 94% humidity. That's interesting to live in Florida with it like that, because it's akin to living in a region where there's snow, where it's cold and you just can't do anything for months outside. Here in Florida, you got to be really, really careful doing things outside for very long. You can get heat stroke, heat sickness really quick if you get out there and exert yourself and don't hydrate. Okay, so back to it. Logan says that Louisiana is 100. Now, Logan, I'm betting that Louisiana is 100 degrees with 120% humidity, because that's Louisiana, and your climate is a lot like Florida. Super hot, super humid. Where I live in Florida, guys, literally you get out of the shower, and as you're drying off, you're already sweating. That's what the humidity does. And it's kind of a bummer. I know, like in Chicago and Maryland and different areas, even in the Midwest, it gets really humid, which I don't understand how it can get so humid in the Midwest, where there's not these huge bodies of water. Any meteorologists with us, by the way, can you tell me why that happens? I really shouldn't be drinking some coffee, but my body craves it this early in the morning. I was going to go back and take a nap later. Excuse me. Any of you guys that are not my age or season in life who realize that coffee is a thing, but also naps. I am not embarrassed to say that I take naps. I love naps, but they can screw up your sleep cycle in a hurry if you sleep too late in the day. So yeah, I was going to take a nap today. It's Saturday, so don't have to work. I was going to take a nap. So let's spin back to my value creation or content creation with this YouTube video. The goal is to help men really bounce back in a tremendous way after separation and divorce, and to level up and besides just having constant videos about, oh, self-help, or, what to do, or this trick and this thing to improve your psyche. That's all great. And it's wonderful. And that's really what I'm going to do. The other thing I want to do is kind of eventually wrench in maybe some fishing. I'm formerly a freshwater fisherman, love largemouth bass, used to live in the Carolinas. And Logan, you may or may not relate to this, Logan King, but largemouth bass and freshwater, amazing. So I love fishing. I just don't go as much, and it's kind of a learning curve. So when you stop fishing for a while, you lose the skill. You kind of get out of the habit. So wanted to get back into fishing and just that as an outlet, sort of like this live video talk while I'm fishing and dispel great wisdom while I'm fishing. Yeah, right. But yeah, just kind of do that. And my goal with fishing is to segue from being a pretty decent freshwater fisherman to going to saltwater, because where I live in Florida, it's just crazy good saltwater fishing. Unfortunately, you got to have a boat, but there's places where you can fish from shore and kind of like in the mangroves and stuff like that, where you can still, develop a skill and get some fish. So that's something I wanted to do is like some fishing and maybe some videos from the beach, show you where the beach is where I live, stuff like that. Probably not going to go a whole lot into career stuff because it's just boring and that's like whatever. It's not really why I'm here. See what these videos are saying, guys. And if any of you are youngsters, guess what? Reading glasses, it's a real fact of life. Presbyopia is vision loss or vision degradation from age. It's just simple age-related vision loss, presbyopia. Let's see, Logan King, 100 in Louisiana. Yeah, Logan, I'm not a weatherman either, but I sure like meteorology and stuff like that. And if you're in Louisiana, are you far from the coast? Because you probably watch the hurricanes very much like I do. Watch out for those things. Logan says he missed an 8-pounder before bass, largemouth bass. Some of you that are not from the South may or may not know, but smallmouth bass do not live in the South. The water's too hot. Smallmouth bass are very nice, fun fish to catch. They live primarily in the north where the waters are colder. Interesting story about catching bass here in Florida is pretty good at it in fresh water. I caught some bass and I took a notion to clean them and cook them because the waters here are so hot. The bass I cooked, the bass as I was cleaning them, their gut area was littered with parasites and worms in their gut, and just absolutely disgusting. And that was just because of the high heat of the water. The parasites live in the water down here. So don't know a whole lot about what else to chat about here. I was going to say something interesting that I came across about ChatGPT, that you can use ChatGPT to basically give a synopsis of who you are. Or ChatGPT, I got to think of the prompt that I used for ChatGPT to tell me. It was something like, using the chats, can you tell me, can you write a paragraph about who I am or something like that? I'll have to think of the prompt and tell you more specifically last time. Then you can use that to develop like an affirmation card or a goal card. So I did that, and ChatGPT very accurately used probably about a year's worth of chats, and came up with, in fact, I am gonna look that up while we're on the video. Forgive me, guys. All right. Hello, Lucifer666. Good morning. Where are you from? Are you from the US or somewhere else? Let's see here. If I can find that ChatGPT prompt, it's very fascinating. All right, guys, forgive me. Chat GPT, search chats. Well, it's not coming to me. Sorry, guys. So, reason I came up with that is I asked Chat GPT to come up with an affirmation card. And using the information from the chats, it came up with a synopsis of who I was. And we realized this is just technology. And then it said my affirmation card had 8 different points on it. It said something like, I'm rooted in purpose and rising in clarity. I am connected to others and my creator. I am in powerful transition toward high impact, high income work. I take bold, precise action that aligns with my vision. I am showing up fully for my partner, my work, and my health. I am worthy of abundance, longevity, and love. I build my future through focus, discipline, and grace. Each day, I move closer to the life that I am called to live. So that was interesting because I liked what it came up with. It was based on chats that I had, but I thought it was very cool that it came up with something that's helpful. If only I could find my chats, Chat GPT library. Do any of you guys use AI or using Chat GPT? Usually I use Claude. I found that Claude is a little more kind of intuitive. It seemed like with the narrative and all that. So that's what I use. Who here is from Europe? Anyone else from Europe? Let's see. I wanted to say we got Logan, Marlena. Hi, Marlena. Thanks for joining us. I hope you stay with us a little bit. Noah. Hello, Noah. Good morning. Mima. McDonald's nuclear toilet. That sounds pretty intense. I've been to some McDonald's and they need some nuclear cleaning solution. Nuclear toilets in McDonald's. I like it. Mima, hello. Draxton. Welcome, Draxton. Good to see you. And who else we got? Okay. So, Noah, you're from New Zealand. That's awesome. I am tripping on that. So I'm guessing in New Zealand, it's like 6 o'clock at night. What time is it in New Zealand? Atlanta. Thank you. I dig it. 57 doesn't have to be old. I'm seasoned. Okay. Let's see what we got. This feels like a Zoom call, except you guys aren't chatting with me. And I bet they'll have technology like that eventually, but not just yet. Oh, look, you guys just got to see the old guy dribble coffee down his shirt. Isn't that clever? All right, Draxton, Walt Hill, Nebraska. No, Nebraska, I'm betting right now that it's 3:30 in the morning. Draxton, is that about right? So, all right, Noah is in New Zealand. Noah, now, do you live in New Zealand on the coast or in the mountains? New Zealand looks pretty awesome. Never been there. It's 426 in Nebraska. I've never been to Nebraska. I hope to go one day. Draxton. All right, cool. So everyone that's on here, Noah is from New Zealand, and right now in New Zealand it's winter time, and I'm betting, depending on where Noah lives, it could very well be cold at times, but I think New Zealand gets some pretty good weather from the winds and stuff like that. Wellington, New Zealand. I'm going to have to look that up. I don't know a lot about New Zealand. One day I shall go there. So is there anyone in this chat that's over 50? Anyone with us that's over 50? I would like to hear. What else was I going to film videos on, by the way? I don't know, maybe a little bit of gardening. That's kind of drab and boring for a lot, I guess. So basically, maybe a little bit of working on the truck. Just stuff that relaxes me and moments where I can kind of dispel wisdom to guys who are over 40, over 50, who are going through divorce and separation, because that's a difficult time in a person's life. Some of you guys are teenagers. That's a difficult time. So, I feel for teenagers. I raised a couple of boys, and 10 years ago, they were teenagers, my two boys. And I got to say, it's very difficult being a teenager with technology compared to when I grew up. We didn't have phones in our hand all the time and all this technology where it's like everything is on social media. It just adds a brutality to the teenage years. So props out to you guys who are so young. Hang in there, okay? Let me see what we got. I would ask everybody to try to be civil in the conversations too, okay? Let's see what else we got. So, Atlanta, are you still on? I don't know necessarily how to say how many people are on here. I'm curious if there's a way to do that. Okay. So that's about all I was going to blather on about. I thought I had all kinds of things to chit chat about, but not at this point. I do want to tell everyone to be safe for the weekend, and take care of yourselves, take care of your family, okay? And be true to yourself, all right, guys? And we'll try to do this again next week or the following week. Very cool to see you. I think we had one from Sweden, maybe. We had Noah from New Zealand, which was wicked cool. Nebraska, Atlanta. Also cool that we had Logan from Louisiana. Logan, you go out and catch some fish. And I wish you could show me a picture of the fish. There's no way to do that on this technology. But fishing is very, very good for relaxation. Of course, you can eat some of them. Some of them will eat you. But yeah, definitely be cool if the people on these videos could show fish. And Logan, God bless you too. And God bless all you guys. All right. Peace out. This was fun. Talk to you all soon.